So good morning, everybody. Please let me know if that music is okay. I am deaf, so sometimes I don't realize how sound can affect people. Okay, so I sound a little bit husky today. I woke up with a bit of a bit of a throat happening. So how are we? Oh! Before I get started, I wanted to show everybody this. Okay. This is my new tarot deck. Now, I will be doing Decameron readings with this deck. Now, I'm still sorting out my web page at the moment because I am a hypnotherapist and I'm very busy doing that, but I really love doing this as well. So I'm going to be having this available as a reading, and this will be Decameron readings. And being a hypnotherapist, we can tap into what is known as the ego, and the ego is the temptation that is within us that self-jeopardizes all those things. Hi Crystal, love your cat ladybug. So I definitely clicked the link on that one. So this will be my Decameron reading as well. Just hang on a second, I'll just see if I can get my tarot camera to zoom in a bit. Oh, that way. Yes. Scale. Oh, it doesn't matter anyway. I can look at that later on. But yeah, this is my True Black deck, and I'll be doing Decameron readings. And like I said before, being a hypnotherapist, we can tap into that part of you which is known as the ego, and that's that deeper, darker part of you. So we'll be doing dark readings as well. And as you can see, this is the most stunning deck. It's the True Black deck, and it's all about the dark side of us, those desires, those temptations, those spiritual realms that we don't listen to, and they cause us to keep on self-jeopardizing. So I will be offering those readings very, very soon. I'm just getting my webpage rejigged at the moment. So how's that? It's an absolutely stunning deck. Absolutely gorgeous. I actually showed it to a master tarot reader last night, and he said it was one of the most beautiful decks he's seen in the whole 50 years that he's been doing it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he ordered one as well. So I will be doing the Decameron readings very, very soon. I did a Decameron reading. The music is a bit loud. Okay, turn that down a bit. So I did do a Decameron reading just last week for a lady, and it was an absolutely beautiful reading, even though there's negativity that comes through, but it helps pick us up on the naughty things that are manifesting in our life in those background spiritual realms. So yeah, so let's get on with today's reading. So you may hear some rustling in the background. That's my heater going because it is freezing here today. We had a 30-degree day here day before yesterday, and then it went down to 14 degrees. So yeah. Yes, Margaret, that's the new deck, the True Black deck. So it's just stunning. I cannot wait to do some dark readings with it. The dark readings are fascinating. They tap into the spiritual realm and the demons that are, that tap into our energies, that push us in directions of temptation. So it all tapped into the hypnosis area of the ego, which you would know all about. So yeah. Take a picture of each card and post them. I'm pretty sure that's called plagiarism, Crystal, and I'm not allowed to do that. But still, good idea. It's absolutely gorgeous. So if you'd like a reading, I will be putting that link up on my webpage very, very soon. Okay? Ooh, fleur. Okay, so let me just scroll up on my chat. So we have the Wonderful Land from YouTube asking what's coming towards them in November. Wonderful, wonderful. So actually I will move this stuff because I have a special going out as well. So what you can do is with your camera on your mobile phone is scan that QR code, and that'll take you to my webpage to book a reading. At the moment there's only one reading available on there, but you can save 20% on that reading. So if you'd like a full reading, you can do that with that QR code up there. But if you want to wait for the Decameron Dark readings, then wait till next week, because that will be up on my webpage. Okay. So, the Wonderful Full Land, we'll do a cross-referencing reading today. Now, this is where we do two cards. One is the present, and the other cross-reference card is the block of the present. So this one's a little bit different to what we normally do, and we'll find out some of that November stuff for the Wonderful Land that is commenting on YouTube at the moment. Yes, I have a YouTube channel. It's called Palin and Palmer Specialty Hypnosis Training, because I am a hypnotherapist, and hypnosis is like the pinnacle of all mindfulness, and this is what makes our readings so powerful. Yes, Crystal, you guys have got your election on at the moment, so yeah, it's looking a bit negative for Mr. Trump to get in. Absolutely. So, Wonderful Full Land, let's find out what's going on with you. So this is what we call a cross-referencing, okay? So the original card that comes out is the present. That's what's going on right now. And the card that crosses over is the block. So in this one, Wonderful Land, what we have is the King of Wands. Now there is a masculine energy inside of your life, and that masculine energy is in control. They know all the tricks and they are completely in control. And as we can see from the imagery here, they are the type of energy that's like, sit here, stay here, don't move. Okay, very controlling. But then we have a cross-reference of the Tower, and this cross-reference with the Tower is talking about how this is a negative masculine energy. So control can be a fantastic thing, because we all want control over our eating, over our desires, over our sleep patterns, but this one is a negative control. As you can see, the Tower is actually one of the biggest and most drastic cards that you can get in the deck. A lot of people are scared of the Death card. Well, the Death card is not that scary of a card. The Tower is the scariest card in the deck, and this masculine energy is inflicting on your life. They're destroying all of those things around you, all of those things that you've worked for. So you have some tough times coming up, darling, but when it comes to you, you can decide how it is that you're going to go through with this situation in your life. November's going to be a bit of a tough one, but make sure that it's not what you react to, it's how you react to the future. You know, we always have a choice, and that's what we talk about when we say you always have a choice. You can have a choice to become reactionary, which is very emotional, and it creates turmoil in our life. Or you can become logical, and then you can decide, look, how can you make this work for you rather than against you? But you do have this masculine energy in your world at the moment, and they are destroying it. So it's time to start working out, how can you make this work for you rather than against you, okay? So Margaret, you're up next, sweetheart. Would love a general reading, nothing in particular. Ooh, good. What's Crystal doing over here? We had a time change too. Oh, is that like daylight savings or something, is it? Because we have daylight savings in Australia. It's only an hour, but you know, still. You can also go to my website with that QR code if you want, and there's some freebies on there. So if there's anything you want to download, just download it, enjoy it, have some fun. Like, it's pretty cool. So Margaret, let's find out what's going on with you. Oh, that's interesting. Margaret, as soon as I started shuffling the cards for you, my sore throat cleared up. So it's like there's a clearing going on. Hi Justin, how are you? It's like there's, oh, and Karen, and we've got Kate. Hello. Hit the love hearts, guys. Let me know that you're there, because I'm looking at a screen here, but I also have two screens going on beside me so I can see the chats and stuff. So sometimes I forget to look at them. Like, I'm only looking at one. Okay. So Margaret, as soon as I was shuffling the cards for you, my throat cleared up. So there's a clearing coming in place. There's some hindsight coming into what you're doing. Oh, Margaret, as well. I loved your iridiology session. Thanks, darling. I loved your iridiology session. I actually went to book in when you had the special, and then I didn't have my credit card on me, and I forgot. So by the time I remembered, it was over. So boo, yeah, boo. I want my session. I want my session. I want my iridiology session. So when you have it again, hit me up, because I'll definitely be booking in for that one. All right, Margaret, let's find out what's going on with you, sweetheart. Oh, interesting. Aha, rightio. Margaret, we have the Eight of Swords here, which is the present life. And the present life is like you're feeling like you're surrounded by all of this stuff. You've got to do this, you've got to do that, that's hurting, that's stabbing, why am I here, blah, 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 blah. You feel like you're bound into a situation inside your life and you just can't break free. However, when there is a chance for you to break free, it's because of own self-judgment. All of these things that are going on around you are happening within your self-judgment. So therefore, we must learn from the judgment and work out what is exactly going on here. There's two sides to every single coin. We always have a choice. So when this judgment is occurring, it's time to think, which part of your inner child inside of you is conflicting with this? I think I'm having a little bit of deja vu right now. I think we've had this conversation before, darling. So all of these things around you are stabbing at you. So imagine this as an oak tree. Okay, and the oak tree is bound to its binds. It can't move anywhere. It grows in the ground. And these are all little termites that are niggling away at you and eating away at you. But when we think about it, the oak tree has something really fascinating inside of it called sap, where it can grab all the termites and drown them. It just has to learn how to control the sap. And that sap is known as judgment. Because judgment is one of those things. We are very harsh and very critical on ourselves. We really need to do this more often, like give ourselves a pat on the back, like, how are you going? You're doing a fantastic job. You're doing the best that you possibly can in the current situation that you are in. There is a lot of confinement going on around you, so it's time to break that down. When it comes to each sword, don't take them on as a whole. Take them on one at a time, because it doesn't matter what you do when you take on these swords leave these little cuts, and those little paper cuts usually sting. However, they will heal. So take them on one at a time and judge them more fairly, rather than harsh, as in I can't, or I won't, or I don't, or I'm too tired. I get that too tired resonance when it comes to that. So yep, you need some inner child healing. Yes, the inner child is very emotional. I've just finished doing releasing the inner child certification. And it's actually, it really enlightened me as well. So I will be teaching you guys about the Jungian archetypes. And when I found my Jungian archetype, it was one of those things that over the last 3 weeks, it's really enlightened me towards my direction in life and what I've been doing in the past. So yeah, it's time for you to heal that inner child deep inside you, because the adult self is just judging. It's going, nah. You've got to give the inner child some slack. You've got to give them some time to play and enjoy themselves. We learn more when we're having fun. It's really, really that simple. So yeah, so in September we'll be doing that inner child one up in Queensland, Margaret. So yes, you'll be able to pop along into that. So who else do we have? We have Kate. Kate, hello, darling. You left me a little star. I love stars. Stars are my favorite symbol. As much as I have the Tree of Life as my logo, stars are my favorite. I have a star tattooed on the back of my neck, and I got that when I turned 21 because I had tried to kill myself several times. I tried to commit suicide quite a few times because of the horrible things that had happened in my life. And I got that as a gift to myself, to tell myself that, you know, you can survive anything, you can protect yourself. And as much as things come to a point, they also come down to a crescendo, which then comes to another point, and the cycle continues. So keep continuing that cycle. Oh, you better be there, Margaret. You better be there. Yes, Crystal, darling, I'll get to you in just a moment, my love. Just a moment. Keep posting those cat lady videos. I actually quite enjoyed watching it this morning. That's really cool. So, Kate. Yes, Crystal, I did try to axe myself a couple of times. And trust me, cutting your wrist doesn't work. It's as simple as that. Why? Because as soon as you do one, you can't do the other. Like, oh gosh almighty. It fucking hurts. I'm not courageous enough to do shit like that. So Kate, let's find out some information and cross-referencing for you, love. So guys, please like the page. You know, blah blah. Oh, that's a double reference card. Ooh, interesting. We're getting a lot of Major Arcana cards coming out today. The Major Arcana are non-negotiable lessons. You don't get a choice. And if you don't learn them now, you'll learn them later on. It's as simple as that. And when you learn them later on, it's usually a lot more harsh. It's kind of like the universe is going, well, I told you so. Okay, Kate, here we go. So here we have the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is very, very emotional, but in a very social sense. There's part of you that's really loving certain things, and then there's another part of you that's like, yeah, not really liking this either. And that's because you've been a little bit foolish when it comes to these emotions. Start to think of yourself as somebody who needs to have a little bit more fun. That's what these cards are representing together as cross references. They're talking about being social and having fun, but not going too far overboard that you can make yourself sick, because that's just foolish. So when it comes to you, darling, it's time to have some fun. Go out there and, you know, join a new sport, take up a new hobby, do something that resonates with you. I just had this discussion the other day with a pregnant lady, and she was due to give birth like literally any day. And everybody kept telling her to rest, rest, rest. Now, rest, when we interpret that inside our minds, means that we must sit around and do nothing, or that we must go to bed or anything like that. Rest is not actually like that. This is what we're talking about here. This kind of rest is about you recharging and having a bit of fun. So find out how it is that you recharge and rest, because if we don't have fun with this inner child, if we don't be foolish and silly, then we become quite stigmatized towards what Western society wants us to be. So have a little bit of fun, okay, love? It's time for you to break out and just be a little bit silly, or be a little bit reckless, or be a little bit unresponsible. It's completely okay as long as you're not hurting anyone in the process. So eat a couple of lollies. You're going to be fine, okay? So get a little bit more social and help yourself out when it comes to that aspect. So Karen, hi Karen, how have you been, darling? Oh, I'm going to turn off that heater now, it's getting a bit warm. Oof. When I'm shuffling these cards, I'm getting this sense of silence just kind of coming in from the right hand side. Yay! Hearts and love hearts and oh, an angry face. Oh, that's okay. You're allowed to hit that. So Karen, when I'm shuffling these cards for you, I'm getting a like a silence coming in from the logical side. And this silence is usually a representation of something that you're not listening to, that you need to conquer and face as such. So, you know, when it comes to this silence, there's something going on with you, darling. There's something that you don't want to face, whether it's because of the grief, the hurt, or the pain. There's something along those lines, and just don't let it loom back there, okay? Because when we let it loom back there, it affects our sleep patterns. We don't, we don't heal our bodies properly, because that's what sleep's all about. Sleep is all about our body's healing from the day as such. And if we don't start, conquering this silence, it's going to overwhelm you and develop you with this, like, I don't want to say depression, but it's like a depressive state. So yeah, it's time for you to find this silent thing. It's not ignorance or anything like that. It's not naivety. There's just something going on that you have to face. You have to turn around and go, all right, let's do something about this. Let's stop fucking around as such, okay? There's something going on, darling. Oh, my ear just went blocked. But let's find out what's happening with you, love. Oh, hello. Aha, very good. Oh. So, Karen, I'm just going to say it, okay? I won't go in too deeply because I do have some messages coming through. So if you want a reading, please book one with that QR code up there. So there's some emotional turmoil going on in your life, and it's big stuff. So when it comes to this emotional turmoil, you have to understand that you are the queen of your emotions. I get it, okay? Things are shit. Things are fucking hard. But it's only when you start tapping into your own inner priestess, your own abilities, be that person that you want to be. You're really questioning your identity at the moment about who you are and what's going on in your life, because it's become too much. There's too much going on, and there's too much going on inside here. This thing in here is a childlike device, okay? So when it's out here, it's very logical, it's very adult as such, but when everything's in here, you're installing adult systems into child properties. So it's kind of like you've got this toy castle as such, and then you've decided as an adult you're going to go and live in it, and it doesn't work like that, because that is a toy, okay? So get all this stuff out of your head. We have the High Priestess coming out as a cross-reference. This is the block here where you're struggling with your value and your worth. All of this stuff that's going inside you is coming from this lack of affirmation towards you. There's a lot of negativity going on at the moment inside your life. A lot of high emotions, like really, really big emotions. And it's time for you to start tapping into your inabilities. Like, if you want to wear flowers in your hair, wear flowers in your hair. And don't just do it once thinking, oh, I'm going to do it once and I'm going to be fine. Keep on doing it. Wear that piece of jewelry that you love. Wear that dress that makes you feel fantastic, that jacket, that coat, those pair of boots. Whatever it is that you need to do to tap into your own inner priestess in order to make you feel like you have high value and high worth, it's time to start doing that, because these emotions are just getting too much. They're trying to tell you something that is working for you. Find out what it is, exactly what it is, because it's telling you something. Either you don't like being in this situation and need to go in an opposite direction, or perhaps that you need to find inner power within yourself. The priestess is a major arcana card, and it's non-negotiable. You've been putting your own self-worth and your own identity behind everybody else's for way too long. And trust me, she's coming out, and like I said, if you don't learn it now, you'll learn it later on. The universe will literally go, right, if she's not getting the message, we've got to turn on some light bulbs, okay? So find that negativity that's going on, and start to harbor that self-worth inside you, okay? We are all beautiful, unique creatures, and we must really learn to start grabbing onto that and expressing ourselves for the wonder that we are. So Crystal, and then we have Cupcake. Oh God, I love cupcakes. Oh, I love cake. Cheesecake. Pavla, it's my birthday soon. I'm making myself a lemon cheesecake, and I'm gonna eat the whole goddamn thing. Actually, I won't, because that's not healthy. So I'm gonna ask Luke to help me. Sending love, Karen, sending love. Mwah. Okay, so Crystal. Crystal is one of my favorite fans. She pops in all the time, and we talk about her beautiful cat Daisy. And I actually I Daisy is beautiful. I loved her in her little harness the other day, when she was just sitting there. What was she doing? She was staring at something, off into the abyss as such. So Crystal, let's find out some information for you, my darling. And yes, I will be back tomorrow, but I will be playing Minecraft, and I do a little Zen session where I play Minecraft and I watch a YouTube channel called Top Fives, which is like ghost stories and you know, all those mystery realms of the world. It fascinates me, all that stuff. I love it, love it. So Crystal, let's find out what's happening with you currently and the block. Ooh, let's go with this one, darling. So Crystal, you're at a state at the moment where there needs to be a you had no idea what she's looking at. It doesn't matter, just allow her to look and imagine and see. I must admit, I play a lot of video games, and many times as I'm walking along, I'll see something in real life that represents the video game. And you know how, I don't know how many of you guys play video games, but you'll walk up to certain situations and then you'll collect something. And there was a cat the other day, and I was like, do I have to walk up to this cat and collect something? So Crystal, there is a decision in your life at the moment, and it feels like there's a decision that it's either one choice or the other. There's no in between. So this is what the Two of Wands speaks about, how we feel like there's one choice or the other. It's kind of like you go up to a register and the lady says cash or card, and we need to remember that we can also have things like coupons, or we can do both. And there's a decision going on in your life at the moment that feels like there's only one way or the other. There is actually a third way, and the third way comes from you just leveling up your thoughts. But the cross-reference card at the moment is the Nine of Swords, and as you can see, we have an energy that's sitting inside their comfort zone, so inside their bed, their place of recharge, their place of rest and healing. But the thoughts are coming in. So if you're struggling to sleep at the moment, please jump onto YouTube or something like that. Start listening to sleep hypnosis so that your body can heal whilst you're sleeping, because these thoughts are too intrusive. They're constantly digging at you when you're in this place where you must heal your body. You must rest your body. You must recharge the body so that you can carry on with the next day. So you have these decisions that are coming at you where you feel like it's just one or the other, but it's not. The decisions come from within you, and these decisions usually come to us when we're in that most relaxed state, when we're suddenly sitting there and we're going, oh, I could do that instead. Don't feel like you have to make these decisions right now in this moment. Take some time. There was a gentleman I met only a couple of months ago, and he was having some hypnosis sessions, and every time I would ask him a question for hypnosis, he'd take off his glasses and he would clean his glasses, and then he'd put them back on again. And he did it like 5 times in a conversation when I was talking to him. And I said to him, on the second session, I said, just asking out of curiosity, why do you take your glasses off every time I ask you a question and clean them? You just cleaned them a moment ago. And he said, because many people ask for an answer right now. We have a false expectancy that we must answer straight away. And we don't have to answer straight away. Nobody ever decided that it must be like Family Feud in life. We must hit the button and answer. Because the first answer isn't always the one that we need to have projected out there. And he says that he uses that, taking off his glasses and cleaning them, as a way of telling the person that I am having time to think about the answer, and that this is not an insult, that it's okay for me to process these answers. So take your time when it comes to this decision, Dale. You've got a decision coming up that's going to demand one or the other, but take your time with it, okay? You always have more choices than just one or the other. There's never just red and blue, fire and water. There's always ash in between when you combine different elements, okay? Things are working. I'm not sure where things are going. Yeah. So there's a decision to make, okay? No worries, Margaret. Mwah. always listen to your clients. They talk in such metaphoric ways, and they have their own hypnotic languages that they use, and they're fascinating. Pick up those stories that are going to help the next person, and easy done. Pick up those stories and express them for others, okay? So, help out others as best as you can. And if you're in that state where you don't have the energy to help, then walk away, okay? I want to make my 30 years starting to make the next step to do something else after that. Yeah, my best friend did that. She decided that she was going to do her 30 years at Woolies. But in between time, I think it's year 25, she started studying tourism, and then she spent 4 or 5 years doing that diploma, and now she works in tourism, and she just works at Woolies just as a casual job because the virus hit. So yeah. Cupcake, what is your Facebook? My Facebook for this is called Zen for Gamers, but in saying that, it was originally supposed to be a gaming channel where I would talk about anxiety and depression whilst I played video games, and then this just kind of popped in one day, and then we just stuck with it. So yeah. So Cupcake, let's do a reading for you. Cupcake, I love cakes. So thank you so much for calling yourself Cupcake. Oh gosh, I love cake so much. I love cake way too much. I don't eat it very often. Considering I'm a big girl, I don't eat cake very often. But I think if I was single, I would eat cake a lot more often. I love bakeries. I love cooking. I have a Thermomix, and I feel like I don't use it to its full potential because I don't bake or anything like that. So yeah. So Cupcake, let's do a reading for you, Dal. We'll do a current reading, and then we'll do the cross-reference for it, okay? Yeah, why not, Crystal? We can definitely do a reading for you, my darling. But message me first, okay? Winky wink. Okay, Cupcake, let's do a reading for you, love. A reading for you. So please like and subscribe to the channel, guys. You know, the usual blah blah blahs. Okay, Cupcake, let's check it out. Oh no, honey. What happened? Cupcake, what happened, sweetheart? Oh, you... Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. What happened, darling? You're beautiful. You are beautiful. You are like a beautiful soul. I just got whacked with an energy. That'll teach me for not putting up the shield. I just got whacked with an energy. Cupcake, you are a beautiful soul deep down inside, and something happened. Someone fucking hurt you, son of a bitch. Someone hurt you, darling. I want you to go and get some healing, Cupcake. Whether you need to do some meditation, find that self that you used to have all those years ago, okay? Because someone hurt you, and they hurt you deep. They really put some trauma inside of you, and it was wrong. And it changed the way that you started shining and you started resonating. So find this situation and become... I was doing some reading the other day, and I put this into my inner child healing as well. Oh, I'm not going to cry because I've got makeup on. I was doing some inner child healing the other day, and they said rule number 1 to being a parent is be the hero of your own movie. People suck. People are going to do things to hurt you, and you can always think of it as temptation. So Cupcake, you are gorgeous. You are a beautiful soul, and it just popped on in, okay? But please, whoever hurt you, whatever situation that puts your life on pause, it's now time to press play again, okay? Because when you press pause on a video and you leave that on the screen, it'll eventually burn into the screen. So press play again. this was someone who damaged your trust deep inside you. And I'm stuttering now. I find like my self-esteem is dropping profusely, and there's like it's like a confusion state. Like you did everything right, and then this person came along and just they knocked you for a sixer, an absolute sixer. So please, whatever you do, learn from this lesson, okay? Learn from this lesson and become that beautiful sunshine again, that happiness, that spreading, that fun-loving person. There's something inside of me that wants to say that you're like a dancer or something, like an artist of some sort, but it's a physical artistry. Like I want to move my body. There's something that you do where you move your body, and that's part of you being the creator and the artist. And it's time for you to step back into that, love. Step back into that and move on from these darker times, because the sun will shine. Flowers don't just need sunshine to grow, they also need water from the storm. Okay? Oh, sweetheart, I'm so sorry that happened. I really am. I really, really am. Good night, Cupcake. Mwah. No problem, darling. No problem, okay? You send me a message. Send me a message if you need some healing, sweetheart. I get it. I get it, okay? I don't want to say too much here because there's information coming in. There's like 4 or 5 people just like, no, talking to me all of a sudden. So, yeah, shoot me a message if you want some help, okay, love? Okay, so... Whew. Now go away. Go away. Shoo. Mwah. No worries, Cupcake. No worries. Angela! I get to catch up with Angela in 2 weeks' time in Adelaide. Yes, Angela. Honestly, that guy had a fascinating strategy. I absolutely loved it. I when I'm doing my my gestalting, so when I'm doing that healing with my clients, so the past life stuff, I do it like Family Feud, where we hit the button and you give me the answer. But anything else inside my sessions, I'm constantly saying to my clients, don't answer straight away. I want you to close your eyes, tap into your own inner resources, and then answer me. You'll be fascinated how many times my client, during the pre-talk, so they're not even in hypnosis, during the pre-talk, I'll actually say to them, just close your eyes and connect yourself, find the truest answer that is within, okay? So yeah, absolutely, I thought it was a great strategy. It's one of those things where it's like, how can I use this strategy? I don't wear glasses. So maybe I'll start like tapping my chin like a sophisticated professor. Oh, hi, Anna Hera. What a beautiful name. What a beautiful name. So, Angela, let's do a reading for you, love. Let's do a reading for you. Ooh, hello. And okay. So Angela, we have the 6 of Swords here, and the 6 of Swords is about you're taking flight, but you're treading on dangerous ground. So as we can see here, we have a balloon, but there's swords on the balloon. And we both know that swords and balloons don't go together if the sword or the balloon is pointing in the wrong direction. However, they can coexist and create flight if done in the right way. So you're going through this stage at the moment where there's part of this confliction going on, but it's about you going deep inside. The Hermit talks about going inside, and when it comes to this being the cross-reference of, yay, love hearts, no, you're never too late, Anna Hera, I'll be here for a little while yet. So, Angela, when it comes to you, you're treading on some dangerous territory here, but the sword and the balloon can coexist, but you yourself need to learn how to express it better or construct it in a better way. Because when it comes to this scenario, this treading of the dangerous waters that you're in, honestly, at any stage, the balloon may float over and hit the sword and pop. Now, is that the balloon's fault or the sword's fault? That's the question here. Or perhaps the sword fell over and touched the balloon. Is that the sword's fault or the balloon's fault? Or is it your fault for not learning how the balloon and the sword can coexist? So you're treading on some dangerous territory at the moment, probably something more controversial rather than something confrontational. So you're just treading on weary water at the moment. So make sure that when you have these two elements together, that you keep them both alive. One needs nurturing in one way while another one needs nurturing another way, but they can coexist if you know how to nurture them together properly. Okay, so if you're finding you're getting a little bit of resistance in any area, then that's coming down to you and how you're expressing it, explaining it, acknowledging it. So level up, love, because these two can coexist. They can create flight, they can create this amazingness within the world, but the world is a dark and judgmental place, and we need to construct it carefully. Okay? My post on Trump being a narcissist? What? When did you post that? When did you post that, love? Oh gosh. He definitely has narcissistic tendencies. Absolutely. Very tyrant based. Talk to Jan Haldane. Oh, you posted it last night. So, talk to Jan Haldane. She actually just released a course about the narcissist and the control mechanisms, and I think she's got a great book out, and it talks about how the narcissist controls. And hang on a second, I'll throw the book in the chat because it's actually a really, really good book. Just give me 2 seconds. Wow, I didn't even see that post, but I must admit I was watching Westworld last night, and that was really good. I'm on the last episode, so don't tell me what happens. Though I have watched Facebook. Yeah, that's Jan Haldane's book if anybody wants it, and it's called You Can Love Again, and it talks about the narcissist and how people control people and what they get out of it. So yeah, and no, I'm not an affiliate. I don't get paid for any of this stuff. I just give shit away because I think, people need it. So yeah. So Anahera. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I'm thinking no. And then Lanice. Does Chad want a relationship with me? Angela, one of my friends surprised me. I don't normally comment on anything political. Ooh. I must admit, I'll drop a couple of lines. I did go get a haircut just the other day, and the lady that was cutting my hair was talking about how amazing Trump was, and I'm not, whatever. I think we're fucked either way, honestly. And then when I said to her, I said, okay, I said, it's not that I want Biden in, I just don't want Trump in. That's the difference. And she was talking about how Trump was so amazing. And I said to her, okay. I said, just tell me, maybe I'm on the wrong page when it comes to Trump. Help me out. Tell me some good stuff that he's done. And I said, I want good stuff that didn't have hugely negative ramifications. So you can't tell me a good thing is boosting the economy at the sacrifice of our planet. And she kind of just stood there going, blah, her brain is literally just there. And then she turned around and she's like trying to find all this stuff. And I said, at the end of the day, I said, maybe you just like him because you just like him. That's it. You like that he gets shit done, even if it's not the right shit. And then after a little while, she was like, oh, yeah. I said, we can justify it all we want. But at the end of the day, we've really got to have the evidence behind us. So, yeah, that was what's coming out, Angela. You just think of each post as the balloon or the sword. How can you make the two of them coexist? So Anahera, let's talk about you. If anybody wants that book, just tap on the link, put in your email address, and Jan will send that to you, okay? So check your emails. But yeah, it talks about the narcissists and their tendencies and how it impedes on the way we love and the way we don't trust in the future and how it changes us. So it's very interesting read. It's not a huge read. It's like maybe 20 chapters, but it's a very good read. Jan was in a very, very harsh relationship where she got to a stage where her partner wouldn't even let her leave the house. So yeah, he would control her in all different ways. So Anahera, let's find out what's going on with you, love. Oh, just hang on a second. I've just got to message my girlfriend. She can't make her appointment today, so just give me a second. Message later. Kiss, hug, kiss. Right, so my client for today has just cancelled, so that means I can stay a little bit longer. Yay! Trisha's in her happy place. Trisha's in her happy place. Alright, Anahera, let's get on this. Okay. Interesting. Anahera, you are like, I'm just gonna say it, okay? I'm just gonna say it. It's like you're the magician or the wizard. You have all these multiple talents. You have a lot of different talents. You're really good at this and you're really good at that and you're really good at something else. But you will find that there are certain things that you do that you don't complete. And it's because you're just good at so many different things. And this is where your life can get a little bit of overwhelm in it. Like there's a lot of things that constantly need doing. There's a difference between being busy and being productive. That's the difference. You're very multi-talented. Yeah, you're multi-talented. You absolutely are. And as we can see from the Seven of Wands, this talks about all the different talents. But you have one that's really good at. Do you know your Jungian archetype, Anahera? Yeah, you get overwhelmed a lot, like a lot. Do you know your Jungian archetype? Because it might be worth discovering your Jungian. The reason why I'm saying that is because you have all these different talents, but you're becoming overwhelmed, and that's what the Ace of Swords talks about. The Ace of Swords, when we're cross-referencing this card, is this overwhelm is actually stopping your productivity. That, like I said before, there's a difference between being busy, the Jungian. Yeah, I might have to put out a post about the Jungians. The Jungians are, it just blew my brain to shit, honestly. Back to your reading, Dar. You're so multi-talented that it can cause overwhelm. And the Ace of Swords is coming out as the cross-reference card here. And that Ace of Swords is talking about how you're cutting people off. You're cutting yourself off. It's just too much. And you go through these really good phases where you're like, yay! And then all of a sudden, it's like somebody stabs you right in the solar plexus, like right through your stomach, and you just feel your whole life source drain out of you and go into kind of like this really, really bad place. And it's taking longer and longer each time to come out of that bad place. So when it comes to you, it's time to be realistic. It's great to have all of these talents. It's wonderful. But you will find that there's one wand that really makes you feel proud, confident, strong. That's what it is. Find that one that you can really resonate with, and also understand that when it comes to this one wand, you can pick up others if you feel like it, but don't feel obliged to master them. Master the one wand, be really good at that, and then just dabble with the others, because it's okay to have a piece of chocolate every now and again. What's not okay is to eat the whole block. It'll make you sick. Okay? So find this one wand that you're really good at. Many years ago, when I first started playing pool comp, I was also playing soccer and volleyball, and it ended up that volleyball was on the same night as pool comp. And I'm very multi-talented myself. Like, I get told that a lot. There's not many things that I don't really that I can't learn. Okay. And I had all of these arts and crafts around me that I was going to get to. I was always buying stuff and going to get to this and going to get to that. And anyway, I was talking to Pauline one day, and we play pool comp together. And Pauline is 76 years old or around there somewhere. Anyway, volleyball changed nights to a Tuesday, the same night as pool comp. And I was trying to do both. I was trying to run to volleyball, play volleyball, and then I'd run to pool comp, and I'd all be sweaty and stinky, and then I'd kind of sit there all night being stinky. Anyway, I said to my volleyball team, I said to my pool comp team, I said I can't play anymore. And Pauline was so upset. And she's like, why not? And I said, because I can play pool comp later on in my life. I can't play volleyball later on in my life because I will be too old. So that's what I did. I went off and played volleyball for a season, and then I came back and I played pool comp. And I only come back to play pool comp, one, because I missed the girls, and two, because I'd actually broken my ankle and I just couldn't jump the way I used to be able to jump. So when it comes to these talents, find that one that you're really good at, and then know that you can pick up the others later on in life. Okay? Because that's what will help reduce the overwhelm, and that's what will help you to get you to zen and breathe and stop cutting yourself with that Ace of Swords, because that Ace of Swords, it cuts deep and it cuts hard. Okay? Okay. So who else have I got? Yes, I'll do a post about the Jungians probably in a couple of days, I reckon. So give me time to organise it. I'll do a post about the Jungians, and I have been writing up a course that'll be self-paced, so people can discover their own Jungians and heal themselves. When I did the Jungians, like literally, there's 12 different Jungians. And when I was going through the list of Jungians, I'd already decided which one I was. I was like, I was definitely that one. And then when I went through the healing process and found out I wasn't the one that I thought I was like, no way, don't give me that shit. I know what I am. And then a couple of weeks went by and I was like, oh my God, I am totally not that original Jungian. I'm the other one that I didn't think I was. And it really enlightened me towards, what was going on in my life and how I kept repeating past mistakes. So the Jungian that I actually originally chose before I discovered my Jungian was actually what's known as my temptation Jungian. And my temptation Jungian is always the one that you aspire and you look up to. But because it's not part of your core or who you are, like I said before, you just have one piece of chocolate and enjoy it. You don't eat the whole block because it'll make you sick. So the original Jungian that I thought I was literally that Jungian that I was putting so much energy into, and it was slowly destroying my life and my hopes and my dreams. So yeah. All right, so I'm just going to scroll. Just going to scroll up. So Lanice, let's have a talk to you. Does Chad want a relationship with me? Let's have an absolute delve into that. And then we'll get to Charlie. And then I may have to trundle off. I'll see how we go. Okay? So, Lanice, let's find out. Is that your real name, darling? Because that is gorgeous. My name is Patricia, and it's also spelt wrong. My passion is to study veterinary nursing and my own... Oh, God. I get overwhelmed and I have a short attention span. Yep, I'm cutting people. Oh, and a hair, darling. Honestly, think about healing the animals. Think about the healing of animals. Put the overwhelm aside, break it down, get it out of your head. So write it all down step by step. Whenever I'm taking on a new task, I get all these post-it notes and I write it all down step by step, and then I put them all in lines. And then what I do, I usually put them on a mirror and I put them all in lines. And then when I take them out off the mirror, it's like it's reflecting a new part of me. So I'm like, well, I've just created a inner child healing course. And it immediately got recognized by the Complementary Therapy Association. And I'm now creating it for clients to take themselves through as well. And I must admit, like, when I first started, I was like, oh, fuck this is too much work. Like, Trish, you don't even need to be doing this. Just keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, and when I started taking it out of my head and putting it on paper, and then I'd be like, I can do this on Thursdays between these times, and I can do that on Tuesdays between these times. I sorted out the whole thing, and I ended up having it done in about 3 months. And I must admit, there were a few times where I was like, you just quit on it, Trish. But then it's like, well, I've just put too much effort into this. And here we are. I literally finished it yesterday. I've been uploading it to my students' platform so they can learn it. And it's I love it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful journey. Absolutely. So yeah. So let's find out for Lanès or Lanès about Chad. What's going on with Chad? Good. Get some natural healing for the animals as well. So many animals are on they just automatically put them on anxiety pills and stuff like that these days. It's like, really? Like, surely some relaxation music would help, or, you know, some better treatment from the owners. So Lanès, what's going on? Ooh. Aha. Right. Lanès, I'm going to have to just say it, okay? So I cannot lie during these readings, and sometimes the readings don't come across as the expectancy of what we want, okay? So Lanès, you are gorgeous, okay? You are the Empress deep down inside. You know what you want, where you're going, what you want to do. But you're also your own worst enemy, okay? This is not coming out as in about Chad. This is coming out about you and the ripple effect that may inflict on Chad, okay? You're a strong person deep down inside, but unfortunately sometimes that strength can be what deflects our personalities. So when it comes to you, you know, find the balance in between being strong and being helpful. It's never a weakness. It's never, you know, being a victim or anything like that. But know when to ask for help and know when to do it yourself. Okay, because you are a goddess underneath. You are a catch. You're amazing. But you're also your own worst enemy, sweetheart, and that can resonate through our skin. And then people prejudge because they pick up on energy before they pick up on the visual or they pick up on the words. They pick up on the energies, and we go in, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, whoa, no. So it's time to relax your energies. Find that balance between being that strong person and being that person that relaxes and just lets people go with the flow. Who cares what their opinion is? Let them do their own thing, okay? So nothing about Chad, but that message came through because you need to learn it, because perhaps that's what's impeding on Chad at the moment and making some of the decisions a little bit confusing, okay? So look deep inside, because you're gorgeous, but coming across as a little bit too strong, okay? Take 2 steps back and allow yourself to see the better picture. So Jali, let's get to you, darling. Did I get skipped? No, darling, you didn't get skipped. It's just that the conversation I'm going out on YouTube, Facebook and Twitch. So that's why I look from side to side, because I've got different conversations. And then I look at the timers, and where the timers are, that's who I try and get to first. So yeah, I never mean to skip anyone, and if I do, it's because I actually missed the combo. Which happens. Okay, so Jali, let's have find some information from you guys. So just remember, guys, also that if you want to book a reading, grab out your camera, scan that QR code that's up there, and have a look at my webpage, and I will have the Dark Tarot readings available very soon. So yeah, it's an amazing read. It's called the Decameron reading. It's very dark, it's sexual, it's sensual, it's there's demons involved, like there's a lot of stuff going on with the dark readings, but they're really great fun. They're really, really great fun. I did a dark reading, probably about 1.5 years ago now, for a lady, and a card came out, and I said to her, do you want me to make it Fluffy Bunny or Search and Destroy? She's like, Search and Destroy, always Search and Destroy, this is a dark reading. I said to her, okay. I said, your husband's cheating on you. And she's like, no, he isn't. I said, he is. And then we did an expansion on the reading, because I always do expansions on the readings. And then I turned to her and I said, you actually don't know who this is. I said, it's not in your family or your circle or anything like that. It's a complete stranger to you. And anyway, 2 weeks later, she got back to me. And I said, I don't want to install negativity into your thought pattern. And please, I'm happy to be proven wrong. But you need to find out, about your husband. Anyway, what had happened was, apparently he was in the shower one day, and his phone rang and it said Carol Work. And what had been happening is, every time he'd gotten this message from Carol Work, because the partner worked away, she always thought, oh, that was actually one of the managers, which was named Carol, and that it was actually his work. But it wasn't. It was a completely different woman that he had met whilst away, and she was like 8 or 9 months pregnant. She was just about to pop anyway. And he had put her name in his phone under Carol Work, and because the partner didn't look at his work phone, she just went, oh, it's the boss, you've got to talk to Carol. And it wasn't. It was the lover. And she had actually been handing his phone to him, every time it rang or it got a message from Carol Work. So yeah, people are deceptive when they're hiding their secrets. Oh, they become master sleuths. They really do. All right, Charlie, let's have a reading for you, my love. We do have some amazing stuff coming out of those dark readings, though. Oh, interesting. So, Charlie, at the moment inside your life, things are getting done, okay? Things are getting done. However, because see how we have the Four of Wands here, so everybody knows what their place is and what they need to do. The problem here is you, okay? The reason why this is coming out in a cross-reference card is because you're trying to put your fingers into other people's pies, and you got to stop doing that, okay, love? I know that you want to help. I know that you're really good at helping, and you're a great organizer. You're responsible. You can get shit done. But we have to allow people to do their own jobs in their own times. And the reason for this is because when we go into other people's jobs and other people's requirements, we actually exhaust ourselves. We have to trust that they're going to get things done in their own time and in their own way. Okay, so just allow these people to do their own thing. We have an energy here that is erecting the tent. We have another one that is preparing the food and checking the inventory. We have some in the background that are doing their things. They're finding resources. And there's no need for you to come in and check in on everybody, because they all know their own jobs. And every time you check in, honestly, it just digs away at part of your soul, and it kind of gives you the shits. So just step back a bit. Allow them to do their own thing in their own way, in their own time. It's okay to give them a nudge, but don't check in all the time, okay? You did it just yesterday. They know the message. They're still going to do it their own way, love. So create some relaxation for yourself and trust that the job will be done, okay? Well, there we go, angels. Thank you so much for popping in. I will be back next week, okay? So please like and subscribe to the page so that way you'll get a notification when we are live again. And you can pop on in, okay? So I will catch you on the flip side, my loves. And go and have an amazing day. Go and have an absolute amazing day. And remember that if you cannot spread kindness, walk away and recharge yourself, because kindness is all that we need in this world. Okay, lovelies. Bye-bye.